Relationships in this world are not products of an assembly line. That is, they don't get formed automatically. Instead, they are a product that needs to be handcrafted, one at a time with great sensitivity and care. We see today how the modern work culture is increasingly affecting family relationships. Picture a family where the members of the family are back home after an arduous day at work, too tired to talk, just wanting to watch the television, dine and end the day, only to wake up the next morning and rush back to work. Often it gets assumed that just living together will nurture the family relationship. But sadly, it doesn't happen that way. Today, more than ever, there is a need to bridge these relationship gaps. And we can do so by having meaningful and heart-to-heart conversations. Sometimes in your train travels, you might have experienced how a relationship builds up instantaneously when you start conversing with fellow travelers. Oh, where are you traveling to? You are traveling to Delhi? Do you stay at Delhi or just visiting for some work? Where in Delhi do you stay? Because I too am from Delhi. Okay, you stay in Punjabi Bagh, I stay in Raja Garden, and then some more time and some more conversations, and you end up exchanging contact numbers and promise to be in touch even after the journey is over, right? And then of course there are other journeys where everyone is silent. No one speaks a word, everyone has got a serious look on their faces. How many of you have been on any such journey before? Yeah, quite a many. What's the result? What's the result? Everyone just walks their way without a bond getting created, right? Statistics show how relationships are today breaking apart at a much rapid pace. Fast vanishing are the days of large and happy joint families. Divorce rates are shooting up. International tensions are on an increase, all in the absence of the right conversations at the right time, place, and circumstances. It is said that a stitch in time saves 9. Investing in conversations help us bridge that gap of relationship and makes us trustworthy in people's eyes. Who in this world doesn't want someone by their side who could be trusted? Maybe a colleague, a friend, or a family member on whom you can depend on whom you can, share your grief or get some guidance. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., in his 1968 speech, wherein he reflects upon the civil rights movement, he states, "In the end, what we will remember is not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends." Now, how do we employ conversations intelligently to nurture our relationships we have in our lives? I have here for you a simple SALT formula, which when used will prove to be very effective. In this acronym SALT, the S stands for the subject we are conversing on. Now, we'll need to bear in mind that just discussing anything under the sun may not necessarily improve our relationships, right? For that, our conversations will need to be on subjects that benefit the participants, like discussing on the needs, interests, and concerns of the person before us. That is how we show that we actually are wanting to build up the relationship. In fact, sometimes even just a small but explicit appreciation of the good in others helps a lot. But for that, we'll need to keep our eyes open to catch people doing right, lest we'll fall short of words when that appreciating opportunity comes before us. The A denotes our attitude while we converse. Is it just to prove our point, or do we also want to learn something from the other person? In Sanskrit, conversations have been explained to be of 3 types. The lowest of the 3 is called jalpa, wherein a person is not concerned what others have to say. One simply wants to be heard. Then there is vada. This is more of an ideal discussion between the 2 parties to find the truth of the matter. But the highest is samvada, which is a discussion between a learned teacher and the taught. Herein, the student questions the understanding of the teacher for clarification. So similarly, when we have a right attitude of learning from the other person, we definitely improve our relationships. And this is exactly why in the corporate world, they have meetings and seminars, learn best practices and lessons learned. The L stands for our listening ability. If we just want to state our opinion without wanting a response or an argument or a challenge, we may as well just write a blog, right? A chance has to be given to the other party as well to express themselves. And without being engaged elsewhere, either on our smartphones or the world outside the window, listen to them. That is how we show that we actually care for them. And last but not the least, T stands for time. One has to take out time to build relationships by investing in conversations in person, not just through screens. Social media today might connect us to people far from us, but it also often disconnects us from people close to us because we just don't have time left out of our screen engagements. It is said that someone may actually talk to you when they have free time, but some free their time to talk to you. So when we free our time on a regular basis, we show how we actually consider the other person to be someone important, and that we want the relationship to be a priority over other things. So this acronym SALT, this element SALT is a very interesting thing. Salt remains hidden in a preparation, and mostly it doesn't get any credit for the taste of the preparation, right? People appreciate the vegetables or the spices, but not the salt. But still, salt remains a very vital ingredient in bringing forth that taste. Similarly, when we incorporate these aspects in our conversations, we will definitely build up relationships that will be substantial and satisfying in our lives. Thank you all very much.